Hi, Peter Hayden here, and I help guide organizations in unlocking the potential of data analytics and AI within the Microsoft ecosystem. And in today's video, I'm going to answer a really important question and something I'm seeing just pop up in the last few months from a number of customers around understanding where is your Power BI and sometimes Fabric region. In fact, if you're looking at Fabric and you've had Power BI in the past, these all are the same thing. And the pattern we're seeing is that organizations are turning on Fabric and they're checking where things are deployed, they're finding out that, wait a second, I'm not expecting my Power BI region to be where it is. And I think the scenario that's really sort of relevant into where I operate, which is in the Australian region, came about from historically just the timing for when data center availability came into Australia. So Power BI was released, generally available in about 2015 sometime, but it was available in preview before then. And we know lots of organizations turned it on, ran trials, may not have committed. But the Australian data centre didn't get opened up until sometime late 2018. So there's a 3-year gap where organisations may have turned on Power BI, published something to check it out, but it didn't go anywhere at the time. And now, or maybe it's been turned on, they're starting to use Power BI, and now going to Fabric and then realising, oops, hang on a second, it's not where I want it to be. So this is really important. Why is this important? Well, from a data compliance is the biggest reason why we're seeing this come up, due to privacy, restrictions of where data is to be, if it's healthcare data, privacy data. The laws have caught up and have been for a long time now, but they mandate, customers mandate that their data stays inside of a region, inside of Australia. And that gap between 2015, as I said, to 2018, when you provisioned pre-2018, you got put into like a Singapore as the nearest data center. And so that's where we're seeing the probably 3 or 4 customers in the last few months come and go, wait, hang on, why is our data in Singapore? Why is it not in Australia? Well, either Australia East, I think, is the key one, or one of the other regions, Australian regions. So I want to just use this video to just take you through, I guess, how to check, really simply, what to do. Some of the language has changed on the online documentation, so I'm going to show you what's now and what happened, which is all Fabric based, and when you're in just Power BI without Fabric, what that looks like, and then the process you go through to make a change, because we've gone through that with a number of customers. So I'll provide these links in the notes, but if you go to this article here and finding your Fabric region, the one for Power BI has been superseded by this. But essentially, you log into Power BI online, press the question mark up the top here, and go to About Microsoft Fabric. Again, so you've got Fabric turned on. And what they'll do is they'll give you a little dialog box, and I'll go to my right to show you the Fabric one. And again, this is just an online example. This will show you where you are now in this red box here. So check that is where you expect it to be. Again, for most parts of the world where you've had Power BI was originally deployed, say in the US or in Europe, this might not be a problem, but it's always just good to check. Check to make sure it is where you expect it to be. And if that's where it is, you can stop the video and no need to follow anymore. However, if you haven't turned Fabric on, you go, well, how do I do this in Power BI? This is the screen ahead below. It's very much the same thing. You log into Power BI online, press that question mark, go to About Power BI, and you'll see where your data is stored. In this case, we've got Australia Southeast, which is Victoria, a state in Australia. And so I know the company I work for, the data and tenancy is inside country. Perfect. So any information that is published here, my information about particularly our customers or staff or any other sensitive information is maintained in here, and any compliance requirements that we adhere to by keeping data in country inside Power BI we know is covered. So again, if you've got Power BI, Fabric, and whichever dialog shows up for you as appropriate what you have deployed, then you can stop here and go, tick, we're done. But if this is not where you expect to be, what do you do? So let's take a look, and I'll bring up the website because there's quite a lot of material, and I'll share this link as well. And this article is around how to move between regions. And we've gone through this process with one customer, and we're about to take another customer on the same sort of journey. There is a bit of information here, so it is quite useful to have a read through it. Now, there is, I guess, a bit of a priority in terms of what Microsoft will do in terms of which customers they're going to prioritize. Essentially, if you're running a premium Power BI product or a Fabric of an F64 or higher, you'll get top priority to move. So you're paying a premium for that service. And there's a lot of notes here around what might have happened historically during what was available or a default region. So they'll certainly prioritize you for that. Now, again, this article is also how to request that, and there is some things around timing as well. So if you don't have one of those premium SKUs or a F64 SKU or higher, you can still make a request. It may take longer. Microsoft may also ask you to temporarily subscribe to a higher limit. So for a customer about 3 months ago who had not subscribed to a premium Power BI SKU, Fabric wasn't maybe just been generally available, but they pay for a month for Power BI Premium. You can't purchase that now, so it might be F64 for a month to do that move. But we're going through other processes now with another customer, hoping to avoid that scenario. It just might take longer. This other customer needed to prioritize that move because they were trying to deploy this across their organization. So this is a really key thing to check as you're about to embark on, if you've kind of been looking at Power BI, maybe a small audience, or you're starting out, you now want to go broadly to your cross company, certainly do this now. You'll see things around prerequisites, see stuff around prepare, and this is what things you need to know. This process may take up to 6 months. So that's why if you have a premium product inside of Power BI Fabric, that gives you the priority, but it could take up to 6 months, so something to be very aware of. Prepare for up to 6 hours of downtime, and that's just what will need to happen. It might be, and as you're thinking about this, this just sounds really complicated, seems like a lot of work. If you haven't done anything or much in Power BI to date, it might be simpler to deprovision and then reprovision in a new region. Just use that also as a plan B. There's a range of other sort of caveats around here. You'll need to check to make sure any issues. So if any of these sort of conditions around maybe Excel plugins and the like, migrations are never guaranteed. So make sure you've got a good backup of what you have and understand what will and won't come across. And then any preparation you need to do as well. The last thing I want to call out here is this request a region move. So you need to log in and do this. The other way that we're helping customers is if your licensing provider, if you're under an agreement with one, not going direct to Microsoft, maybe through CSP, speak to them about how they can help initiate and work with Microsoft for this move for you. That's how we help our customers. We provide that service, and we can engage with the right people to do that. We may need still to go through this similar request process, but you can use a partner to help you with that migration as well. So I guess to recap, certainly if you're thinking about where is my data right now, understand where it is, check that off, if you're planning a project. Information here is around where to check, and then follow that process of how to move, make that request, and get it started if you do something about that sooner rather than later. So that's it for this video. Hope you found this useful. If you'd like to understand more about these sorts of topics, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit like if this was useful, and I will see you next time.